Hello everyone, welcome back to Subject Venture. I am again present with you in a study of English literature ISC. Abhisara-The Tryst, composed by Ravindra Tagore, is one of the most important poem in your course. The part first of this poem has been already uploaded. Kindly watch that video in order to understand the poem. Let's start this. Of dancer and ascetic occurred on a. आपको पता है ये डांसर हमारी वासवदत्ता है और एस्केटिक हमारे जो आपके यहाँ पर एस्केटिक उपगुप्ता हैं. सो मीटिंग वाज ऑन फुल नाइट. नो, ये फुल मून नाइट नहीं थी. क्लाउडी नाइट मे बी and thunder and light. So this is correct. That's why option D will be the right answer for this, and we will take option D. Next question, how was the night of the first meeting ironic? Means ironic क्या है? Ironic word किस तरीके से फर्स्ट मीटिंग को अप्लाई करता है? The beautiful girl laden with the jewel was out on a night. What is a sarcasm? यहाँ पे आप देखें अगर तो ये बिलीवेबल नहीं लगता है कि एक खूबसूरत सी लड़की ज्वेल्स के साथ रात के अंधेरे में अकेले बाहर थी. ये सरकाज़्म है. इनलाइटेंड एस्केटिक वॉज asleep on a night. एक इनलाइटेंड एस्केटिक जो पूरी तरीके से नॉलेजेबल बंदा है वो इन अ नाइट asleep है. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? नेक्स्ट, ब्यूटीफुल डांसर वॉज ड्रंक विद द वाइन ऑफ अर यूथ. एक खूबसूरत सी लड़की जो कि अपने यंगनेस के वाइन में या यंगनेस के ईगो में ड्रंक है. द डांसर्स फीट टच्ड द चेस्ट ऑफ द एस्केटिक. सो यहाँ पर अगर आप चारों चीज़ों को देखें तो आपको फर्स्ट वाले ऑप्शन को करेक्ट करना होगा. ब्यूटीफुल गर्ल लेडन विद jewels on a night was a ironic things. It cannot be possible. That's why option A will be the right answer. Next question, name the figure of speech used in phrase start with jewel. Means she was beautified with jewelry. So this figure of speech is allusion, which is भ्रम, एक hallucination. Personification means inanimate things are behaved just like a living person. Engagement, no. Simile, क्या हो सकता है ये? तो यहाँ पर अगर आप देखें तो ये जो हमारे लिए दिया गया है जो वर्ड है कि स्टार्ट विद ज्वेल्स, तो यहाँ पर हम उसे पर्सोनिफिकेशन पर लेकर के आएंगे और पर्सोनिफिकेशन फिगर ऑफ स्पीच को राइट करेंगे. नेक्स्ट, बेस ऑफ द रैम्पार्ट सिंबलाइजेस दैट ह्यूमंस एंड बिल्डिंग्स आर. सिंबलाइजेस क्या सिग्निफाई करता है? व्हाट इज इम्प्लीकेशन ऑफ रैम्पार्ट ऑफ बेस? ये वर्ड रैम्पार्ट ऑफ द बेस, बाउंड्री का जो बेस है, जो बाउंड्री है उसके बेस में, तो वहाँ पर क्या चीज़ ये सिग्निफाई करता है कि एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस हमें चाहिए होगा? नो. दैट मीन टॉट टू बी ब्यूटीफुल? नो. आर सब्जेक्टेड टू द डिस्ट्रक्शन? यस, डेफिनेटली दिस इज द राइट आंसर. दैट ऑल द थिंग्स ऑफ द वर्ल्डली थिंग्स, materialistic things, those are subjected to destruction and decay. So option C will be the right answer. Next question, ascetic says your ways. What does he mean by that? You know very well, when first meeting was there with Vasavadatta and Upagupta, and Upagupta was invited by Vasavadatta to accompany her to her home. Ascetic says, good lady, go on your ways. What does he mean by at that time? Ascetic way of renunciation and austerity. This was the way of Upagupta. Girls way of following materialism. This is the right answer. So option B will be the right answer. For the sake of shortness of the time, I will try to be very sharp and very brief. so need not to delay. So we will move next question. Girl was drunk implies that. What mean by that this phrase girl was drunk? So she was intoxicated? Might be. She was proud of her beauty? Yes, this may be also correct. She was surprised to see the ascetic in her path. Yes, all of the above will be the right answer. Although the most appropriate answer is that she was proud of her ब्यूटी. सो अगर इस तरीके के ऑप्शंस आपके पास आते हैं तो ऑल ऑफ द अबव मे बी ऑल्सो राइट, ऑल्दो शी वॉज प्राउड ऑफ हर ब्यूटी वॉज द वेरी सेंसिबल आंसर अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेंस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. what is symbolizes what is symbolism in the dusty bed? You know very well that Upagupta was lying on dusty bed, and latter part of the poem Vasavadatta is found lying at the base of rampart. What does it symbolizes? Every man being turns to the dust. Maybe few months later she was found to be same the bed. Beauty and wealth are transient. These all three are possible. So all of the above will be the right answer. Next question. What does the ascetic mean when he says time is ripe? According to Upagupta, he would come to Vasavadatta at the time, right time. So what does he mean by? When does she would need him? Yes. When he would be old and need of the bed? No, this is not correct. His body would require a comfort not needed. When she would be ready to give up her luxurious life? No. Only first question, your first option is right. Next, the poem shows that the transformation means change in the status, change of the shape. So sleeping ascetic is a patient nursing human, beautiful and proud to be the pockmarked castaway, a rich and a proud girl to be the poor beggar. Yes, these all things happen in the poem. Firstly, ascetic person who is very knowledgeable and sensible, last part of the poem, he served Vasavadatta as a good nurse, and a beautiful girl and proud girl pockmarked with castaway. Yes, this is also correct. Rich and proud girl to be poor beggar. Yes, definitely. So all of the above will be the right answer. Next, name the figure of speech the black knight showed its teeth. So here knight has been treated just like a living person. So personification again will be the right answer for this question. Next question. Which emotion is signified in showing of teeth and growling? So here anger is shown because knight showed its teeth with growl. Next, joy of spring is depicted by. How in the poem joy of spring is depicted? So where white trees were full bloom? Yes. Love sick coil chirped? Yes. And note of all flutes? Yes, definitely. This was also correct. So all options are correct. Option D will be the right answer for this question. Next, spring is a time of materialistic pursuit. Yes, luxurious life and spiritual awakening. In mental sense, it can be also said. That's why option C will be the right answer. Correct answer is option C. Next, what does the lamp that dancer carries in the darkness signifies? Means in the first part of the poem, Vasavadatta carried a lamp in her hand. What does it signify? Means she was ignorant, she was proud, she is rich, she is young and beautiful. Definitely here it is shown by the lamp that she was proud, she was needed a light to see her way. That's why option B is correct answer. Next, in what state was Upagupta when he lay asleep in a dust? उपगुप्ता किस स्टेट में थे? तो फर्स्ट है डिस्टर्ब्ड, ब्लिस, एक्सटेसी, none of above. He was in blissed mood. एक्सटैसी एक जॉयबल मूड होता है एंड डिस्टर्ब एक फ्रस्ट्रेटेड मूड होता है एंड नन ऑफ द अबव वाज अगेन नॉट करेक्ट. ही वाज completely blessed means happy with her state with his state. In which season was the first meeting between Vasavadatta and Upagupta was happened? So it was a टाइम ऑफ व्हाट मॉनसून टाइम. अगस्त का टाइम था, सो मॉनसून टाइम वॉज देयर. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट ट्रेट्स ऑफ उपगुप्तास कैरेक्टर इज रिवील्ड हिज फॉरगिविंग आइज. यहाँ पे उपगुप्ता की कौन सी करेक्टर की कौन सी क्वालिटी है जो उसकी फॉरगिविंग आइज को शो करती है. एक्चुअली ही वाज डिस्टर्ब्ड इन हर स्लीप एंड in his sleep, sorry, and later on when he saw Vasavadatta, he just forgiven her. Why? So it is modesty, friendliness, compassion, all of above. So it was modesty, friendliness and compassion. All of above will be the right answer for this also. So option D will be the correct answer for this question. What is thunder that scared Vasavadatta indicative of? Thunder and lightning meeting with Upagupta, forbidding of evil days, coming of heavy rain, and none of the above. So here, thunder and lightning just forbidding of evil days might be possible. Later on, she would just go through by a hard time. So this was a correct answer, correct option for this question. Next question. Which of the following did not happen in the evening of the day in April? क्या नहीं हुआ? Tree was laden with flower. It happened. The cheerful melodic tune came from flute being heard. Yes. And ascetic was walking with heavy step. No, this was not correct. He was not walking with happy step. That's why हमारा option C will be the right answer for this question. नेक्स्ट है एट द एंड ऑफ द पोएम वसवदत्ता एड्रेसेस उपगुप्ता एज अ. हियर कंपैशनेट वन वो उसको कहती हैं और उदार व्यक्ति बोलती हैं. सो दैट इज अ राइट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. Now we will move through the logic based questions, short answers. Here you will see that in a poem Upagupta was sleeping in the dust of the city wall of Mathura because. So the answer will be like that कि he knew that the final destination of mortal being is dust. वो जानते थे कि दुनिया की सारी चीज़ों का जो अंत है वो डस्ट है एंड दैट्स वाई ही वॉज नॉट वरी अबाउट हिज कंडीशन एंड एवरीथिंग इन द वर्ल्ड वॉज फ्रेगाइल एंड टेम्परेरी. सो दिस विल बी द राइट आंसर फॉर दिस. उपगुप्ता डिड नॉट एक्सेप्ट द इन्विटेशन फ्रॉम द गर्ल का इन्विटेशन उन्होंने रिजेक्ट किया. व्हाट वाज द रीज़न? ही न्यू दैट द मटेरियल एंड फिजिकल प्लेजर्स वर यूजलेस फॉर हिम. वो जानते थे कि जितना भी कंफर्ट उस गर्ल्स से उन्हें मिल सकता है, हॉस्टेलिटी मिल सकती है, हॉस्पिटैलिटी मिल सकती है, वो सारी की सारी चीज़ें उनके लिए यूजलेस थीं. एस्केटिक woke up in a shock because Vasavadatta had stumbled him in a dead darkness. This was the right option for this. And dancing girl was proud of her youth because she was engaged in worldly pleasures and sensuousness. She was just a luxurious lady at that time. She was rich enough to enjoy his life as well as the world. That's why she was said to be proud of her youth. Next question. Being ascetic told the dancing girl to move in her way because he knew that the girl was absorbed in the worldly pleasures and grandeur which was subjected to the destruction. Means his statement was that his thinking was that Vasavadatta's happiness was very temporary. Next, woman trembles in her fear because she had sense. वो ये समझ रही थी कि some danger and some unusual may happen to her. That's why she trembles. नेक्स्ट है ब्रांच ऑफ द ट्री ब्लॉसम बिकॉज. तो ट्री की ब्लॉसमिंग क्या शो करती है? It was a month of April and spring season. Everything was full of happiness and joy. This will be the complete answer for this sub question. Next, women had been hurriedly removed from the town because everyone in the city was scared of danger of spread of black pestilence, जो कि सब्जेक्ट था, जो बीमारी थी, जो वासवदत्ता को स्ट्राइकन हुई थी, उसके कारण उसे वहां से हटाया गया. Next, young ascetic applied sandal balm to the woman's body because he was Vasavadatta, having true conscience of fearlessness and selfishness. Next question, Upagupta was true ascetic because he won over the temptation and proved himself by serving Vasavadatta in the need and necessity. So here we have ended the second part of the video, and now we are going to the long answers. First question is, what aspect of the nature are described in the poem? पोएम में किस तरीके की चीज़ों को दिखाया गया है, नेचर की कौन कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उनका थोड़ा सा डिस्क्रिप्शन इस क्वेश्चन में होगा. सो पोएम अभिसारा हैज़ अ टू डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द नेचर. पोएम डिपिक्ट्स द चेंज इन द वर्ल्ड एंड नेचर. पोएम ये बताती है कि एवरीथिंग इन द वर्ल्ड चेंजेस विद द टाइम. फर्स्ट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द नेचर, इन द फर्स्ट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द नेचर हमें क्या मिलता है? द ओपनिंग ऑफ द पोएम, नेचर इज सोन लिस्टलेस मूड. वहाँ पे डेड ऑफ द नाइट है एंड डेसोलेट एटमॉस्फियर है. उपगुप्ता एक डिस्किपल ऑफ लॉर्ड बुद्धा हैं जो कि डस्ट पे लेटे हुए हैं. ये सिग्निफिकेंस है कि उनकी लाइफ बिल्कुल इजी चल रही है. वो जानते हैं कि वर्ल्डली प्लेजर्स आर यूजलेस एंड टेम्परेरी, दैट्स वाई ही हैज़ रिनाउंस द वर्ल्ड. सेकेंड फेज ऑफ द नेचर में हमें ये दिखाई देता है कि किस तरीके से नेचर चेंज हो जाती है. सेकेंड फेज ऑफ द नेचर is soon in the mood of the joy and spring. Everyone in is a joyous mood and happiness. Trees and coils are depicted in a lovesick, but whole of the Mathura city seemed to be desolate due to break of an epidemic black pestilence similar to the smallpox. This was a deadly disease that has broken out. And प्राउड एंड एरोगेंट वासवदत्ता, ये एक लेडी थी जो डांसर लेडी थी. फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द पोएम फाउंड लाइंग डस्ट. ये सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ द पोएम के बाद he was abandoned by everyone to be feared by black pestilence and Vasavadatta has been inflicted. Now, continuous process of change of the nature has been shown by the poem Abhisara-The Tryst. यहाँ पे अभिसारा द ट्राइस्ट की मीनिंग एक हिडन मीटिंग के तौर पर है जो कि यहाँ पे वासवदत्ता और उपगुप्ता के बीच में है. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. डिस्क्राइब द फर्स्ट मीटिंग बिटवीन उपगुप्ता एंड यंग डांसिंग गर्ल. सो फर्स्ट मीटिंग बिटवीन उपगुप्ता एंड डांसिंग गर्ल वॉज वेरी सडन एंड ऑकवर्ड एज उपगुप्ता वॉज sleeping soundly in an open street without disturbance, while Vasavadatta, a dancing girl of Mathura, going somewhere alone. Vasavadatta was waking all through. Everything had been which he needed and desired of the world. वो जग रही थी और उन्हें पता था कि वो वर्ल्डली लाइफ को एंजॉय कर रही हैं. एवरीथिंग वॉज विद हर. द डार्क which symbolizes the ignorance and the pride of Vasavadatta. Vasavadatta stumbled upon him, the person Upagupta. Both of them were astonished and looked to each other. Having been impressed of austerity and simplicity of ascetic Upagupta, this one is the very strong point in the first meeting. Vasavadatta invited him as a guest of her, but being bodhisattva, this word should be noted as a very important point for you. ट्रुथ एंड रियलिटी, सत्य को जानने वाला और सच्चाई को जानने वाला व्यक्ति ही बोधिसत्व कहलाता है. उपगुप्ता आंसर्ड टू द वुमेन, गो ऑन हर यू वे, आई विल बी विद यू व्हेन द टाइम विल राइट. This was the right answer given by Upagupta to Vasavadatta. Suddenly a dreadful storm began to rise, so Vasavadatta got afraid and left the place. This first meeting between Upagupta and Vasavadatta finished. Third question, comment on the concluding line in poem I am here in the context. I am here in this line said by Upagupta at the end of the poem. Main idea of this statement is that the Upagupta, being true ascetic, was always present whenever he was necessary. मीन्स ये जो लाइन है ये आपकी इसका पिथ एंड सब्सटेंस हैं. इन द पोएम हाफ latter half of the poem Abhisara, Upagupta promised Vasavadatta to be with her when the time will right. ये फर्स्ट मीटिंग में उन्होंने प्रॉमिस किया था. वासवदत्ता इनवाइटेड उपगुप्ता to her home, comfortable home and hospitable stay, but a ascetic, that enlightened person, refused her, saying that woman, go on your way, I will be with you when the time will right. In the second half of the poem, Vasavadatta is discovered by Upagupta open street lonely. She was inflicted with black pestilence and whole body was open sores. She was rejected and abandoned by everyone in the city of Mathura. Thus, Vasavadatta was in need and help of the care. Someone, as she was unable to cure herself. At the ripe of the need of help, she was accompanied by Upagupta, who watered her mouth and applied sandal balm over her blistering skin for relief. So, being questioned by Vasavadatta, Upagupta answered that as per his promise, he was at the right place at right time. Thus, we see that the poem concluded by the right statement, I am here. Next, briefly discuss the role played by the nature in this poem. The poem has a very significant role in the progress and development of the story in the poem अभिसारा. फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द पोएम आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं. ये रेनी सीजन है जहाँ पर उपगुप्ता अगस्त में वासवदत्ता के साथ फर्स्ट मीटिंग में दिखते हैं. मथुरा में नेचर इस समय ग्लूमी है और डार्क एटमॉस्फेयर में है. ये सिम्बलाइजेस करता है कि नेचर के बारे में सभी व्यक्ति पूरी तरीके से इग्नोरेंस होते हैं और इनको कुछ भी नहीं जानकारी होती है. लेटर ऑन एक डांसिंग गर्ल जो कि आती हैं और वो चार्मिंग फेस की होती हैं. एस्केटिक को डिम लाइट में देख करके वो उसे टेम्पटेड समझती हैं और इनविटेशन देती हैं कि वो उनके घर जा कर के उनके बारे में पोलाइटली उनकी हॉस्पिटैलिटी को एंजॉय करे. लेकिन डैजलिंग लाइट ऑफ हर ब्यूटी एंड यूथ वाज nothing before the inner light of the wisdom and ascetic had attained. That's why Upagupta promised that he would be with her when the time will right, because it was not a right time, so woman does not need any help or service. Here nature created a storm and thunder for the forwarding and progress of the story that symbolizes a sudden change may happen in the life of the human. In the spring season, the charming season of the joy and happiness festivity, Upagupta finds a woman lying a dust in the outside of the city wall of Mathura. She was stricken with black pestilence. Upagupta applies balm to her sore and wets her lips. In this way, he avokes who is he, and at his reply, he said that he has come, whatever promise he has made with her. It shows that the pestilence afflicted lady is the same girl whom he had met earlier. Irony of the poem is that the proud of a young lady she was less than a year ago has lost all her charm and lying on helpless with the dust. So in this way we have finished the video, and if video is helpful, kindly like, subscribe and share for the similar videos like English literature and other content also. Thank you for watching.